Hey guys, welcome back to Planet Zoo. So, not in Wild Mountain Lodge today. This is actually Topanga Park. It's one of the scenario challenge maps that we have. And I'm over in this one because I wanted to showcase something today that's very, very special and very, very, very fun and has been a long time coming. And that is my very first standalone modded animal. And we can see it right here. This is a New Guinea singing dog, and of course he's going to go to sleep here. As you can see, we have one who's about to mate here. There he is, he stood up for us. So, it is not a dingo. It does not replace the dingo. It has its own requirements. This habitat's a little small for these two. Their own continents, and their own zoopedia. Oh yeah, I did this. I did this, guys. Yeah. So, New Guinea Singing Dog, Canis familiaris halstromi. It is, I went ahead and classified it as a domesticated species. Kind of right now considered a rare breed of dog, although they do kind of exist in the wild. Maybe. Some controversy whether or not the New Guinea Singing Dog is actually the wild species, or if there's another wild species called the New Guinea Highland Wild Dog that is the wild counterpart to this. New Guinea Singing Dog is a little bit more well known. Custom Zoopedia map. You have no idea what a pain in the butt this was to do, but now I have a blank one, so it'll be much easier to do. Trying to do this with a mouse was a pain. My old Wacom 4 died on me, so stuck with using a mouse right now. But region, New Guinea. Continent, I went ahead and classified it as Oceania, just because it's kind of in this region of Australia. Species data. Yeah. So all this is custom. It's not the dingo data over here. Went ahead with group size 1 to 2 because they do, from what I read up on them, they are more solitary. They don't form packs the way that dingoes do. So, female, male size, group 1, 1 to 2, they are shy rather than being confident. So even though they're a domestic breed, they're not a really confident dog. So they're a little bit smaller than a dingo. Now, on that note, in game, they are dingo sized, and that is because let me find a puppy over here. Okay, here we go. Here's a puppy. I can't figure out how to resize the juveniles yet. If I can figure out how to resize the juveniles, I can resize the adults. I can't resize the juveniles. We had adult sized puppies for a while, so yeah, they're just gonna be dingo sized for now. Coat variations. You'll notice this one is quite a bit darker than this one over here. Where'd he go? Where is he? Okay, we have one over here. Quite a bit darker than this dog. They have coat variations. They're using the dingo coat variations, so... Oh, here's a very good example. So here we click on her. Her genetics, she has red, orange, sandy fur. Whereas her daughter here has white, orange, sandy fur, which is inherited from her father, who is somewhere in here. He's probably in the bushes. Just leaving this for now, letting them use the dingo coat variations. Doing custom coat variations is possible. It's a whole nother rabbit hole at this point, so I'm just happy just to have these guys working. So I have a couple of different habitats for them over here. Just a couple of different pairs. There should be 2 in this one. Yeah, there's 2 in this one. And then going down this way, I have a couple little pairs as well. In here, they should be a bit more visible in this habitat. Maybe. Okay, there we go. We're swimming. So we've got one swimming over here. This is our puppy. Was our variation doing something weird? Okay, now it's just the lighting. Okay, I just thought I saw a bug there. So this is our lightest. The white-orange is the lightest color variation on these. The darker red is going to be the darker one. They don't have any of the white facial markings that some New Guinea Singing Dogs have, just because I haven't figured out how to do that quite yet. But we have a couple more down here. Another of the lighter variations. The texture is just the Dingo recolored, so it's the Dingo base texture. Okay, so that is one of the bugs that I did want to make folks aware of. She is currently trying to howl. They don't howl. I don't know what happened. I don't know why or how I managed to break the howling. They make every other sound that the Dingo makes, they just don't howl, which really sucks because they are a singing dog and they don't sing right now. Once I figure out how to fix that, I will put out a patch for that. But so this is our darker coat variation. So the red, orange, sandy fur is the dark one. There's a little bit darker muzzle, a little bit darker coat overall than the Dingo, and lightened up some areas on them as well. I wanted to get these guys going because if you weren't aware, I have another mod up on the Nexus right now, which is a Mexican wolf replacer. I'm trying very, very hard to turn that into a standalone species. However, the wolves right now are just not cooperating, and it doesn't appear to be something that I'm doing. Everybody else who's working on a wolf variant is having the same issue. Oh, we have 2 puppies in here. I didn't realize we had 2 puppies. Look at this. So there's our little female and our little male. So again, coat variations. It has something to do with the fact that we can't use base game animals right now. I mean, technically we could, but the process to do it would be insanely long because we basically have to go through the files and edit out everything that's not the animal that we're trying to add in. So the base game contains, thousands of entries basically of all these different stuff, all the Zoopedia, all the educational stuff, all the enrichment. It's just too big of a task, so we're kind of limited right now to using DLC animals. Now the DLCs fortunately have a good amount of rigs that we can use to put our models on, or models that we can edit. Okay, there's some little texture thing going on with the LOD right there, and I'll have to look at that. The wolf model that we have is from Content 1. It's the Arctic Wolf. I'm trying to use that to make my Mexican gray wolves. I very much want to do that. I also want to get red wolves going, maybe Ethiopian wolves, and then I have a whole list of foxes and coyotes and other canids that I want to mod in. However, something is not right with Content 1. So I ended up placing the Mexican wolf on hold, at least for a little bit. I'm going to take another crack at it this weekend, see if I can get it to work. But I wanted to go ahead and use a different DLC pack to get basically a proof of concept done, and that's what this is. That I was able to get a standalone species done. It works. Everything is in correctly. It has its own Zoopedia entry. It has its own maps, its own thumbnails, its own fun facts, everything, and get a standalone species done so that I could learn the process, and that's what this was. It was also to test and see if what was going on with the Mexican wolves was my fault, something going on with the way I was doing it, or something with the content pack I was trying to use. And we've pretty well figured out it's definitely something with the content pack, and my theory is that it's with the naming convention, because the Arctic Wolf naming convention is inconsistent throughout the files. So when we go to replace the animal name, it's not replacing correctly. At least that's what I think is wrong. It may also have something to do with the education database, which is basically blank for Content 1. So my theory on that, will continue to crack at it, but I wanted to get these guys out, get them done, get them released, and let people go ahead and put them in their zoos. I know a lot of folks don't want to see domestic animals in Planet Zoo. These guys do show up in a couple of zoos. I know Zoo Tampa at Lowry Park has singing dogs. I believe also Tier Park in Berlin. I think I probably got that wrong. But at least one European zoo has them as well. So they are in the game. They are ready to use. Installation for this mod is very, very simple. You download the folder. You take the folder, it's labeled Singing D. You drop that folder into your OVL data folder. You don't have to unzip it, you don't have to do anything, just put it in there and then run the game. And they should show up. So, I'm gonna unpause this here. Gonna watch our new Guinea Singing Dogs wander around. Oh, this is so cool. I'm so happy we can finally do this. Yeah, there you go. Silent howling. I gotta figure out what is going on with that. But, yeah. Oh, before I sign off here, I want to grab... I want to throw our dingoes back in here. Because I want to show you the difference between the new Guinea Singing Dog and the dingo. And they're such small dogs that the chew toy is just massive in comparison to these guys. So we have right here, we have our female and we have the male. They're pretty close in size, so this guy's pretty small, and she's actually a little bit smaller. There's not too much size difference between the male and female right now. But they look great. I love them. I love how they look. I've got to figure out what's wrong with that, though. As soon as I do, I'll put out a patch. They're very cute. They run around. They interact. The enrichment that they use is the same as the dingo, so they can use the tug rope, they can use the water pool, all that fun stuff. Hopefully. There they come. I do want to throw the dingo back in here. And just give that comparison. And yeah, so not a replacer species. Standalone, new entries, new guest appeal. These are more appealing than our dingo here. So here is our original Planet Zoo Dingo model. I'll let him kind of wander in here. I do have fighting and everything turned off so they won't fight with each other. Look at that. Small dog, giant toy. Oh, I love it. Okay, perfect. Here we go. So as you can see, they're pretty close in size right now. Now the New Guinea Singing Dog in real life, they're about 20 pounds. They're not this big, but until we can figure out how to resize the juveniles, I went ahead and just left them dingo sized because otherwise we have the puppies are bigger than the adults, and we don't want that. But once I get that fixed and figured out and get the howling issue figured out, I will be putting out a patch for these. But for now, just wanted to get them out here. Our dogs, we have dogs. We have singing dogs in the game, new species, and yeah, this is going to be the first of many. So stay tuned, watch the space. I'll put out a new video for every species that I do, kind of showing it off. Yeah, it's gonna be great fun. Oh, for the habitat for these guys. So went ahead and messed with their terrain tolerances just a little bit. They can tolerate a lot more long grass than a lot of Planet Zoo species. These they do seem to inhabit the grassland highlands of New Guinea, Papua New Guinea, West Papua. So wanted to go ahead and give them enough long grass. They can tolerate as much short grass and soil as you want to throw at them. The sand requirements from the dingo, I just didn't end up messing with that. Kind of leaving it alone because I like it. Their space requirement is a little bit less than the dingo and wolf requirement, which is 1162. These guys require 760 because they are a smaller dog. It makes sense. Smaller dog, smaller amount of space. Also, vastly more space than any zoo would ever give them. For their environment, I have them labeled as for continents Oceania and Asia, so you have a variety of plants to use. Biomes are temperate, tropical, and grassland, so that gives you a wide variety of plants to use, and you can put as much or as little planting as you want. Their coverage is pretty much whatever you want. So very easy to make them happy with that. Lots of opportunity to get a ton of really custom, really creative habitats built for these guys. So if you do use these guys in your game, send me a screenshot of what you do with them. I'd love to see it. I would love to see how other people use these guys. See what kind of habitats you build for them. If you have any issues, let me know. I'll try and fix it. I'll do my best. Disclaimer, not a professional. This is a hobby. This is just a hobby. Mistakes will be made. But if you notice anything, you find a grammatical issue in the Zoopedia, whatever, let me know about it and I'll take care of it. So, let me know what you think, guys. Are you excited about the mods? Are you excited about non-replacer standalone species like this? I sure know I am. Yeah, thank you guys so much for joining me today, and I will see you in the next one.